Hey folks, so this is the first time I'm ever going to be doing a food video. We'll see how it goes. I realise I want to start doing videos of the food that I eat to try and keep myself healthy. And so the first one I'm going to do is how to make kombucha. I know there are a lot of videos out there to show people, but this is the way that I do it. It's super easy. And I've recently given some scobies to my mum and to a friend. And so I promised them I'd do a little video to help them know how to do it. And I thought I'd put it out there because a good gut health is essential for a really good immune system. And so this way, the kombucha, daily kombucha is super cheap and easy to do and much cheaper than the store-bought. And it means that you can help boost your gut flora. So here's the video. Apologies for the quality of it. As I said, I've never done this before. I might have to get some new stuff to help me to do better quality videos. Anyway, here goes. So, now that the tea has cooled down to less than room temperature, you need to make sure it's not warm to touch, but it's not cold, so you just leave it at the room temperature. You then remove the tea bags from the tea, and then just make sure your hands are washed thoroughly. I'm just washing my hands. So you don't need to worry about drying them. So then what you'll want to do is, this is the lovely old kombucha. So if you've already got one of these, this is what you do. So you take out the scoby and pop it in a clean bowl, see here? And then you pour in about an American cup of liquid. That's just to transfer for the next fresh batch of brewing. And then what you need to do is this stuff that has been brewing until it smells ready. So that tends to be between 10 days if it's warm to 3 weeks if it's cold. So this is about 10 days old because it's been very warm recently. And then you get a funnel and pop it in the bottle and then slowly pour it in. There will be little floaty bits. I'm okay with that. If you don't like that, then you can probably pop a muslin in to catch the floaty bits, but actually the floaty bits are even more good healthy bacteria. And then you can see it's just bubbling up there. Whoop. Just wait for it to go down a wee bit. Just gonna pause that. So I've waited for the bubbles to go back down, so there's space to pour in a bit more of the kombucha. So then I can pour it in and maximise the space in the bottle. There's still a little bit in here, so you can actually have 2 bottles if you want. I might just drink that tonight. So yeah, once you've done that, you obviously wash this and then you pop the bottle on it. Some people do a second brewing to make it fizzy and put in flavours. I'm a bit lazy, so I literally will just now pop that in my fridge. And it's good for, well, I've had it in there for 4 weeks before, as long as it's in the fridge. And then this one, you need to wash out with hot soapy water to make sure it's completely clean before you then add the scoby with the reserve liquid and the newly brewed tea that you or I did earlier that you'll have been doing. So about the 1.5 litres that has brewed with 4 tea bags, as I said, and half a cup of sugar. Any sugar, it doesn't matter if it's white sugar, brown sugar. Traditionally this is done with black tea, but actually I've done red bush because I personally don't drink black tea, and I've managed to transfer it into being friendly towards a red bush tea scoby, which I'm very proud of. Okay, so I've used hot soapy water to clean this out to make sure it's completely clean, to prevent any bacteria growth that's not the scoby kind of bacteria. It's obviously hot right now because I just washed it out. So you just need to wait for it to cool down to be friendly to the scoby and to the kombucha brew from before. because this thrives best between 16 to 35 degrees Celsius, that is. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Any hotter than that and it can kill off the SCOBY. Any colder than that and it can make it dormant. So it is not recommended to put your SCOBY into the fridge because it can make it dormant. It doesn't necessarily kill it, but it can, well, there's a small chance of it killing it, and there's you'll otherwise also have to just wait for it to like reactivate. If you've just been given, like, so I've just given, as I said, one of these SCOBYs in a hotel. So I've got a jar, because these little discs here, they multiply. So what's really good is that you can give them away to other people. And I love the fact that it's really hard to kill. So you basically just need to give to friends or family one of these discs, and then about 250 mils of the liquid itself that you reserve. And so if you've only just been given that, this is where you'd start from. So this jar is now a good temperature. So in essence, you now, into the clean jar, will put your SCOBY, and then pour in the liquid that you've been given. And then into there, you pour the tea that you brewed earlier with the 4 tea bags, and you just pour it on top. So this is the sweetened tea. Move into the mason jar. And then what you want to use is either like a muslin cloth, but I just use a kitchen towel and pop it on top, and then put the elastic on. So it just keeps out any flies or bad stuff that's floating around. And then that you just put into a place which you know will be consistently between, as I said, 16 to 35 degrees. As there's been a bit of a heat wave, it has got up to 35 degrees in the kitchen recently. But you just wait until it smells ready. It's brewed for a bit too long if it smells vinegary, and you just kind of do the sniff check. At the moment it smells like nothing. So once it starts giving off a smell, I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but my husband, who used to drink alcohol, says it smells like and tastes like a light ale. So if you know what a light ale smells like, that's the kind of smell it gives off. I've never drunk it before. Ales, I've never had alcohol, and so I've now learnt to recognise what the right smell is. But it's kind of like a bit of a learning experience as to what you prefer. You can do it for a bit shorter, but there's still a bit of the sugar, and so it's sweeter. We'll leave it for longer. But as I said, there's plenty of other blogging videos. This is just a really simple, short one to help those that want to help their gut bacteria, which then helps their health. Because for me, battling cancer, I want to help boost my immune system to naturally fight off the cancer that's in my body. And I know that by boosting my gut health, it will naturally then help boost my immune system. So this is the one that will go to brew, and then in 2 weeks' time, decant it into one of these, which will then be popped in the fridge. I personally am not a particular fan of the taste. I'm a grown up though, so I drink it, but for other people, they actually really enjoy the taste. So let's see what you think about it. Anyway, here's hoping this first video works out well. Take care. Bye.